Hello and welcome to another episode of Under 30 CEOs. Today we are in this bakery, Binti Baker, and I'm with one of the founders of Binti Baker. Her name is Esther, but she will introduce herself. She owns the bakery with her twin sister, Sarah, but Sarah is not with us today. And she will tell us her story or their story and how the business is going and how she has been doing and how it is being a CEO below 30 years. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, my name is Esther Kago. I run the bakery together with my sister Sarah, and it first started in 2015 as Cakes by S, and later on in 2017 we changed to Binti Baker when Sarah came into the business, and we've been running the business together. And she's actually, she could not make it today. She was having some meetings with a few clients of ours, so that is why she was unable to come today.
Yeah. Okay, so what made you start a bakery? Kwa nini baking?
I used to see my mom bake a lot, and my auntie Rose, she used to make cakes a lot. And she used to have this white mixer. It was a white one, and she used to make a really nice vanilla cake every single time we used to go to her place. And so that to me was something magical. And now, especially when my mom should come and mix, when I saw my mom mixing cakes, she would come, naona amechukua unga, ile blue band ya kitambo. I think blue band was si venye inakaanga sahi. So I used to wonder, how are you mixing unga, blue band na mayai inatoka kama keki? So later on, a few years later, after I think I was in my third year of campus, there was someone in church who was doing some baking classes. So we decided to enroll those classes together with my sister, and now that is how we learned now how to bake. Because since I was a child, I really wanted to learn how to bake, but I never really had the interest until that time when I did the baking classes. And since then it's been a journey. We've learned a lot, especially from the school of YouTube, especially when it comes to decoration, assembling, barreling cakes, to zote. We've learned now most of the baking from YouTube and also other fellow bakers.
So ulisikiaje kuuza your first cake? When was it?
My first cake, it was in that 2015 after we finished the baking classes. So my dad was my first customer actually, and he has been very, very supportive of the business, and to posting sana Facebook. So he came. That time we were going to Ushago. We were going to celebrate my grandfather's birthday. So that time he told me, hey Sasa, I'd like to order a cake from you, and you just decorate na uje kinye utaandikia huka yenyu. I was very excited. And then he said na nataka fruit cake. I think those ages the idea imaguruka ni fruit cake. So we made a cake. I think nitatafuta picha nikutumie. Tukatengeneza keki, tukabake, tukaandika happy birthday grandpa, and that was it.
Wow.
So, it has been a long journey.
We should say hi to Dad.
The foundation.
Oh, nice.
There was a time I was looking back, zile keki tulianza nazo versus now. We've done a lot of growth. So we've gotten a lot of orders from friends, some family members, but mostly we get them from online referral. So you get maybe one customer and I could refer to like 5 other customers. So those 5 customers refer you to their network. So that is mostly how we've been getting our orders. And we've also been doing a bit of social media marketing, which has also really helped us to get to our client base, and just defining our target market has really helped us.
Ulijua the decorations and like kufikia kwa weddings, kwa sababu I know you've done a lot of cakes and you did your wedding cake.
I think we first feel wedding cake. Why? I want to discuss nini. Decoration, we used to watch a lot of videos, and I remember my husband at the time, who was my then boyfriend, he used to download videos on YouTube ananibania kwa CD.
Oh, nice.
Imagine. Hiyo time I think hatukuwa na wifi na internet. So YouTube, I used to watch YouTube videos. Nikienda campus kwa library, na watch my YouTube videos. And then now my husband wa hiyo time
akiwa boyfriend
hiyo time alikuwa ananibania. Imagine ana download ma tutorials and then anadibania kwa CD, then I used to watch them at home. And imagine, and then sasa na practice kwa sufuria. I used to ice since the icing was a bit sugary, and ukibake cake, yes, everyone at home will eat it, but now when it comes to the frosting, no one wanted to eat it because I also didn't like sugary things back then. So what I used to do, I used to just take a sufuria, I turn it upside down and use it to ice. That is how I used to practice.
Wow.
Then for handwriting, practicing the way you write, I used to just practice on the kitchen counter. That is how I used to do.
Wow. So you see handwriting yako hizo again.
Lazima practice. So unapata unaweza kuwa na very poor handwriting kwa kitabu, but kwa keki inatokeanga poa sana. Actually know a lot of people who have bad handwriting, but kwa keki it's really nice.
Nice.
So for weddings, I did my first wedding cake. The reason I did is because I had never done a wedding cake. Me and my sister had never done a wedding cake. So although a lot of people were telling me, oh, don't do your wedding cake, you're the bride, you can't do your wedding cake. But me, I was like, me, ujaini refer to do, ujaini refer kwa mtu anafanya harusi, and you have friends who are doing weddings. So I decided, let me refer myself. So actually doing a wedding cake is quite tricky, but the good thing is because you're actually incurring the labor cost, you can make more cake. But it was a nice experience. I really learned a lot from that. So I think what I would advise brides, if you're a bride and you're a baker, make sure you outsource everything else in your wedding if you want to do your cake. Make sure your only responsibility is keki yako, since it is what is going to be used to market you. Yeah.
And umefanya law.
Yes.
You've done law. She's a lawyer. Like, how do you manage sasa kukua? You're working and bado you're also baking. Especially when you have orders on weekends. And maybe unaenda hiyo job ingine bado unafanya law. So how is that?
So luckily I don't work on weekends. I work 9 to 4 on Monday to Friday. Then what I normally do is we always have ingredients at hand, and we find it is cheaper if you buy in bulk, and it is saves time, and especially on shortage costs. So what we do is, when you have an order, since the more you bake, you learn to do it in a shorter time. So we make sure we have managed we bake during the maybe early in the morning or in the evening, or we just plan around ourselves around it. Then when we have big orders, we always outsource on the labor.
Okay. And umesema you used to watch videos to learn how to decorate and stuff. You know, these days there is like everywhere unapata a mixer ni keki, unapata sufuria ni keki. Like, do you guys get pressure from that? Like, because what one
there is pressure to create that, but unfortunately in this Kenyan market that we are in, if you'd have to create someone for that, it would come at an extra cost because of the time input, and also the maybe you have to bake extra cake to give an allowance for carving. Kuna mtu tulitengenezea ilikuwa, I think ilikuwa chupa ya Hennessy, but now you see that one was more of CSR. So you find there is a pressure to create that. So what we do is you just create that, but for yourself. It falls under research and development.
Okay. So there's a time tulikuwa tunakuvutia for
Foya ilikuwa founder of the year awards, na hata sikushinda na kwenye niliload boats. But it was a nice experience. I felt recognized that someone would nominate me as a founder of the year. It was founder of the year awards under 30. So it was a really nice experience, lobbying for votes. My family really my family came through for me. Watu wa Regina, watu wa Rahire. What? Yani walikuwa na lobby votes. I think iliwauma more sikushinda. Nilikuwa na love. My family came through for me, my friends. It was really nice. Yeah, so it was a nice experience. And speaking of which, now from getting such a nomination, you get to know more about vitu zenye zinafanyangwa, maybe these classes are entrepreneurship, growing your business. It has been nice. I learned a lot from such things. Yeah.
Okay. And how do you keep your creativity, Sasa? Like, how do you do that?
Of course, watching videos. I still consume a lot of content, mostly on YouTube. Netflix anakuanga na shows. Is that Kicks Comic inaitwa nini? And so it keeps your creativity up to date, and also now practicing that out, it also helps a lot to just staying relevant. Okay. And also joining in these groups WhatsApp za bakers. Yeah, to my fellow WhatsApp bakers, mnahanga mmenisaidia sana. They really have nice tips, and also just encouraging one another. Yeah, it really helps and grows you a lot.
Na niko naanza YouTube channel.
Niko nayo bado. It is called Binti Baker, so you can follow that. But I think because sometimes work and running a bakery, having a family sometimes it can take a lot of time. Yeah, but we are planning to resume. Okay, and she doesn't just bake, you also cook. Yes, I also cook.
Vizuri sana.
Asante sana. I cook good food for my family. I really enjoy. Yeah. It's a nice experience. I always like to try out new recipes with my husband. Anapenda hizo vitu za kujaribu. So yeah, it's a good. So I think that is what inspired the channel, just trying out new recipes.
Because this one is sausage, like a sausage stew.
Hey, hata ni yeye begani nifunza kupika. Imagine. Wow. I think it was the first year of marriage. Alisema ati leo tunakula mchele na sausage. Sausage ni ya breakfast.
Like, what are some of the challenges that you umeenda through during your baking?
I think the first challenge is one, baking is a science. And sometimes cake was in a backfire. That is the biggest challenge. So you have to keep on finding out why has this backfired. The other challenge is maybe you may buy frosting. If kuna frosting tunatumianga and the batch is bad, so you won't know not unless you open that packet. Then the other challenge is of course customer expectations. You find that maybe customer alikuwa anataka keki and you didn't produce it to how they want. So how we've managed to address that challenge is we try to ask as many questions as possible before we finalize on that order. Maybe if someone wants a cake, a vanilla cake, they might want it spongy. So do you want the cake to be spongy? Do you want it to be dense? Do you want it to be moist? Others prefer dry cakes. Then there are others who do not eat gluten. So you also have to find that out. You might bake someone a cake with unga ya kawaida, and maybe they are allergic to gluten.
So what happens when cake ina backfire? Ushawahi kuwa na hiyo scenario?
Mimi nishaikuwa na scenario. I think it's called the witching hour. Umepika keki mara 2, mara 3, it is still backfiring.
What?
So ni order. So hii kitu kifanyika kama hiyo, I just go to sleep, then I wake up the next morning, naendelea unaanza sasa kubake tena. So I find baking well ahead of time, it prepares you ndio hata usicheleweshe cake. The other challenge has also been kupata customers. I think like for instance time ya COVID, I really had a lot of customers. The business was doing well.
Time ya COVID?
Imagine. Wow. I don't know why that hiyo ilikuwa hivyo sijui. I think maybe watu walikuwa home, they had nothing to do. Then you find maybe time ya elections, people really don't engage a lot. I think maybe security and economy. So getting customers is always a challenge. So you also have to put yourself out there and really market your product.
Have you ever had a scenario where someone orders a cake and then they cancel when you've already done it?
Funny enough, I've never had such an order, such a scenario. But through now these WhatsApp groups, you find that someone has experienced that. So you find what you normally do is, if you're ordering, you cannot cancel. If maybe you're cancelling like 4 hours before, of course the cake is already done. So there's no way you can get that refund. Maybe not, unless what I've gotten a similar scenario is maybe someone wants to push that cake ahead, maybe by like 4 hours. They want to, maybe you had agreed on collecting it at 2 p.m. They want to collect it at 8 p.m.
Okay. Like anakaa bila kukujia. And unakubali?
Hiyo nakubalingi juu nitamwekea tu kwa fridge.
And of course nothing will change.
But maybe sasa kwanzia maybe the next 1 or 2 days namwambia the cake won't be fresh.
So right now the competition is very high ya baking. What would you tell someone mwenye anataka kuanza bakery ama baking?
And what I would tell them is ensure that you have at least information on baking. You've gone for some baking classes, which we also offer, by the way. Then the other thing you can also do is put yourself out there and make sure that what you're selling is authentic. Just be yourself and try at least to give good products.
Like, what is your proudest moment kwa biashara yako? Because you know you started when you were very young. Very young. If right now you're still under 30, then you started at maybe 21, 19.
19.
Wow.
Well, my proudest moment was getting a bakery, moving out of baking from home. That was a very big win for us. Because at the time my sister was about to get married, so tulikuwa tunashanga tutakuwa tunabekia. But that was my proudest moment, just moving out of baking from home and now coming to the bakery. That was a highlight.
Nice. And what would you do differently if you were starting a bakery, say, or you are starting now your business right now?
What I would do differently, I would put more effort into marketing and photography. I feel like consumers are very visual. They will order based on how something looks like. So what I would do is if I start, what I would do then, I would do one marketing. Ningefungua YouTube channel. Nakumbuka kuna YouTube channel nilikuwa na watching, inaitwa Joy of Baking. That channel used to have 50k subscribers. Sahi akona I think over 5M.
What?
So I think that is what I would do differently. And I would be more consistent.
Marketing.
That is what I would do differently.
What have you enjoyed most about your business?
It's the positive customer feedback. Kuna mtu nakumbuka, I think alikuwa anaitangwa Joy. She was a baker and she had ordered red velvet. Namwambia she wrote for me 2 paragraphs about how she felt about that cake.
What?
She was so happy. She was expecting to be disappointed, and she was very keen on the cake I was going to give. Because she's a baker. Then she told me that everyone was so happy. The cake was for her mom, and her mom was so happy, and she felt so happy. And then another guy called Raphael, he ordered a cake for his mom. He called me immediately. They had cut the cake. Akasema watu hata hawapumziki, wanaimba tu cake. So we really strive to make our customers happy. So actually feedback is the backbone of the business. It's what drives us, whether positive or negative. We actually try to build up on that, improve and become better based on that feedback.
Okay. What does a typical ile ukona event, so like a wedding, because I know that one is a big okay, on a wedding, we actually have a wedding on Saturday. So what we do is 2 weeks before the wedding we communicate with actually 3 weeks before the wedding we normally have the cake tasting, which is normally free for the bride and groom. Up to 4 people, and then after we've done the cake tasting, we sit down and we discuss and what they're expecting for the cake. They give a recommendation of the cake, how they thought it was. If there's anything that we need to improve on, we improve on that. Then the other thing that we do 2 weeks to the wedding, we buy all the ingredients. We make sure we have all the ingredients.
we plan out, we map out how that wedding day is going to be, what time setup will take, approximately how long. We also try and get in touch with one person from the decoration team to ensure that the table they are giving us is strong, keki isiende kuanguka. We ensure that the table is also dressed. Then we make sure that everything is in order. We bought all the ingredients, all the things that we need to set up with. Then now the week before the wedding, now on Monday, you now come, we tunagawa ingredients. Like if maybe you need to use like if you're baking like 5 kg at once, unagawa like 5 eggs unaeka kando. Of course eggs you can't break them until when you're actually mixing. That is what we normally do. Then Tuesday and Wednesday we bake. By Wednesday we are done. Wednesday half day. Thursday we are decorating, and also Friday half day. Then Saturday morning is just now going and setting up. We pack everything Friday jioni.
Oh, and on that now I can ask the question, like how long keki inakuwa fresh for how long? If you ukibake inafaa kukaa up to how long ndio ikuwe it's still?
Normally it can stay 3 days if you did not have like fresh cream. Fresh cream ni dairy cream. Dairy cream inaharibika sana. If you use maybe maziwa mala, it makes the cake stay longer. It can stay 5 days. Maziwa mala or rum or brandy. If you're using alcohol on the cake, it lasts longer. Then if you want it now from 7 days kuendelea to 3 months, you have to keep brushing with rum. Kisha bake keki, una brush na rum, una cover na foil, then unairudisha maybe kwa fridge ama kwenye umeistore. Jusi lazima ukae na fridge. After every 2 days una turn, una brush na rum.
Na itaharibika. So rum is like a preservative.
It's a preservative. Yes, we don't use preservatives. There are people who add preservatives. Watu wenye wanakuanga wameshelf vitu kwa supermarket. We try not to use preservatives because that is not our mantra. We try to do organic and fresh cakes. So in a typical day when you're busy, you make sure umeplan vitu zako zote. At the end of each day tunafanya usafi ndio kwanza the next day. Then after maybe now when we have a big order, we come back and do general cleaning and put the bakery back to the way it was.
Which is your best selling cake?
I'm actually red velvet and chocolate fudge. Red velvet, chocolate fudge and carrot cake. Those are our best selling. In fact, and sometimes blueberry. Although not many people prefer blueberry, but we realized anything that ukiweka anything in between the layers, it makes the cake really nice. So maybe if you're baking a strawberry cake, make a strawberry card, strawberry filling. It's like a jam. Tutumianga hizi jam processed. We make our own jam. Tumia lemon, unaweka lemon curd, ni kama jelly ya lemon. Kama unatumia orange, unaweka orange curd, zinahanga tamu sana. So that is what we normally do in all our cakes. Caramel cake, tunaweka caramel sauce katikati.
So keki hiyo unaweka ile unakata na unaweka
unaweka katika kata unaona hapo ndani kalikuwa na nini? Na adding value sana.
Aki am salivating already. Hadi kukula hiyo keki.
Next time tutabake cake.
How can you tell if a cake is good by kuiangalia? Is it possible?
Of course, one kuiangalia huwezi tell. There are people who do really bad designs, mostly beginners, but ndani ni tamu sana. I remember there's a wedding we went, I think uko Githunguri. Keki ilikuwa rembo, lakini ilikuwa inaonja tu preservatives. Unaona kuna kajuice kengine hapo, sijui ni kalikuwa kanaitwa nini. Ushaikunywa juice, unaona hii ni two chemicals. Ilikuwa inaonja hivyo. Yani hadi my dad was like, my dad and my mom was like, hey, umeonja hiyo keki. As in everyone on the way home walikuwa tu wanasema,
that was a bad cake.
But that cake was it was so beautiful. But the minute we tasted mengia tu ma preservative.
Sasa imagine wewe ni baker and then you're there. This is a very bad cake. Anyway.
So yeah, it happens. There are places you've gone to a wedding, wanasema, I can do this cake. By the way, that is what we normally do. If we go to a wedding with my sister, we always analyze cakes. Tunasema, what?
Ndio unajua ni
ilikuwa tamu. There's a wedding we went for a friend of ours. Hey, akiwatu baker alikuwa anang'ang'ana to set up. The cake was not level, but ndani the cake was really, it was so yummy. The cake, but alikuwa anang'ang'ana hadi tukaenda tukamsaidie, because one, I think the ground was not leveled, and then also her cake, it was also not leveled properly. If you don't have sharp edges, na usipokuwa level, kama mbele keki ni kama mjengo, if the structure is not good and solid, keki itaporomoka.
Okay. Yeah. So kwa hao wenye wanatengeneza keki, like you have to taste.
Also sometimes smelling, which is very rare. A cake covered in fondant, you would not know. So you find most times beginners keki designs zao zikuangi kwa, but wale sana sana wenye wanakuanga na keki mbaya, and I know every baker will attest for this. Client akikwambia my auntie will bake that cake for me, just be sure disappointment loading. Every baker, I know every baker will agree with me on this. Well, client akikwambia my auntie aunties wana disappoint watu nje. Kwanza wedding cake, my auntie will make cake kwa kilembo.
Umetoka auntie anaharibu sasa. So I'm sure you've learned a lot from Esther. Thank you so much.
Thank you too for having us on your channel. You're doing such a great job.
Thank you.
Kufundishana classes za Kikuyu. Bado unazipost kwa channel yako? It is very encouraging to keeping the mother tongue alive.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we've learned. I've also learned, by the way. Kama Missy baker, and then let me tell you a story. Maybe every time I bake,
I get that from everyone, by the way. Again, baking is a science. Kama hujazoea kufanya, unajua by the way, kuna recipe inaweza kuambia like measure 5 cups. Ukienda upime, ikosa kuingiana, usiletwe ni venye Kenya umetumia kumeasure. But the good thing about baking, the more you do it, the more you become good at it. Because hata mimi kitambo when I started, a lot of RIP to all those cakes that went into the dustbin. Mara haijakauka, mara imeshura, kwanza kuungua. Alafu I never used to get, how is it that mwalimu yake haiungui, it is perfect, haina hata a thick crust. Yangu imeungua, imekuwa ngumu. But you learn as you go. It's a skill. That is why you find if someone is charging you a certain amount, before saying that they're expensive, know the skill and the labor that has gone into that cake. Before you run into that supermarket, what will kununua keki kwa supermarket? I will not bother to tell you what goes on behind the supermarket. But kama unajipenda, try and promote a home bake, because their product is very authentic, and they value your feedback, so they will not go and go through shortcuts ama bake na vitu zenye si legit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you too.
So tumesema we will bake a cake and tutaongea lugha ya Kikuyu. I hope you'll also watch.
Yes.
And see you next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Tigwaega.